In today's video, Dog Squad, we are going to be doing another NFL video. This time will not be a tier ranking video. I will have 15 questions. Just to, basically rhetorical. Obviously, you can't answer them. But I just want to, it's just kind of wondering, these questions for the NFL season upcoming, what are they going to be like? And I'll probably just answer them myself, but I'll explain more when we get this video. But make sure to subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you miss one of my videos. We're on the road to 1K, so close to 900 subs, so make sure to go down and subscribe. Hit the Discord link. It may not be updated, so just try to go find me on Discord if you can. Go TikTok, my page is down there below. Go follow that. We hit 100 followers the other day, so let's try to get to 200 at some point. Let's go TreyDOGaming. Go subscribe. We're on the road to 100 there. I hope you're enjoying this time with these premiered videos. I don't know if I'm back or not. Don't like to tell you if I'm gone or not, unless close related or something like that. Now, without further ado, let's get right in this video. Dog Squad, biggest questions for this NFL season. So let's get right into this. Alright, first up, can the Bears use their stacked team successfully? We got 15, this is the first one. Honestly, I'm going to go into just short. I'm going to be short here. I think they can. I think they can use it successfully is what I mean. Maybe go to the playoffs. I'm not saying they will, but I think they can. I believe that the Bears can go to the playoffs this year. I think they'll have a good season, better than all the others. They've got a great team, a stacked team, because you do have Williams, you have Keenan, you got DeAndre Swift, who was really good for the Eagles last year. I mean, this team, and you got DJ Moore. I mean, honestly, this team can use an advantage now. We got a defense. That's the case with the defense. Will they be able to help this offense go to the playoffs as well? Will they be able to keep this team alive for the playoffs? Will they be able to keep this fans' hopes up? Can they get the Bears team maybe a winning team? Maybe have a chance if they're sneaky enough to win the division, which I don't think will happen, but they've got a good chance to. But yes, I definitely think they can maybe be successful, depending on what they do on both sides of the ball, of course. Can the Jets make the playoffs? I definitely can see them doing it. I haven't made my full predictions on will they make the playoffs because I'm not done with the AFC yet. So there is a chance that they may make the playoffs, but I don't know because the Bills and the Dolphins might sneak in their division. The Jets have a chance of getting out of the front. Now, based on my predictions, I don't have them winning the division, but I'm just saying they can. I mean, that's by my predictions, but I'm just saying they can make the playoffs. I'm not saying they will. All these predictions I have can. I mean, they're can, not will, but I think they can make the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers at QB. Of course, he was hurt last season. I don't think he's going to be washed this season or anything like that. Garrett Wilson, one of the best defenses in the league. His offense is getting producing. So I definitely think they can maybe have a chance of winning the division, especially with the Bills having some trouble and Miami. Well, you can't always trust them. So yes, I do think they can make the playoffs this year. What is the Bryce Young situation this year for the Carolina Panthers? I mean, I think he's going to be better. He's not, I think he's kind of thrown in there, like everyone's saying, with a bad team. Part of it's probably on him. He's not the best NFL QB. He could easily be a bust. But we're just going to have to see. I think he'll be better. I think the Panthers got a little bit better. I don't think they'll be the worst this year. They're going to win games. They're going to try to get better for next year. I don't have them going to the playoffs. I haven't made the prediction yet, but I don't think they're going to, go far. I'm not going to do anything. But, Bryce Young could definitely develop more of himself as a QB himself, especially when maybe with the better team in the franchise. Okay, will Dak and Tua prove to be extended? Look, I really hope Dak is extended, unless you can find a knockout QB that can win the Super Bowl or something like that, which I definitely think Dak has the chance. It's just, well, you don't always have the best situation when you play for the Dallas Cowboys in the tournament, in the playoffs. You don't always have everyone wanting to be on their A game. He wasn't on his A game. It sucks being a Dallas fan, but I think he should be extended because I don't know who else. I can't really say start Trey Lance because why? What has he proven that Dak hasn't? Like, Dak's proven he almost got MVP last year. I mean, he got Offensive Rookie of the Year, I believe, in 2016. I mean, I know that was a rookie, but he's still playing his best. He's still playing his best football, and he's almost got. I mean, he almost just maybe with maybe a little bit more in that help in that second half, maybe even a better game that he played, could have made far to the Super Bowl and maybe had a chance to play the Lions. Had great games against good teams. The hate is crazy. So I hope he's extending. I think he can. But we'll just see. Because I think the Jones' family, as much as they've also partly caused trouble too. I think he can get extended. So we'll see. That's kind of a negotiation right now. I don't know. It's a question right now. Tua, I don't know. I don't know if he'll be extended or not. He led in passing yards. So maybe. It's kind of a maybe situation for Tua. I mean, Dak I kind of have more trust in, but he's also been in the league longer and not to go to the Super Bowl or anything like that. I mean, I think Dak's, he's actually won a playoff game, and he actually has done well in playoff games more than Tua has, even though they lost last year, but we know that wasn't the best. That was a little uglier performance, but even though it was a good performance, it was kind of back and forth from both sides of the ball for Dallas. Most definitely, I think we could have done better, but we almost still had a chance to win that game. Plus, if we were at home, we were kind of different on the road last year, but that's besides the point. Tua can be extended. We'll see how he does this year. If he does another great year, I can see him. If not, it's kind of a 50-50 throw up there. Will CMC get the Madden curse? Look, I've heard enough about the Madden curse. Okay, I have. I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, I think the 49ers have gotten cursed enough. As much as I love them still not having a more recent Super Bowl win than us, I want to keep that going as long as we can because I really don't want to have a long... Because there are good teams right now that have won Super Bowls recently, and the Niners and the Cowboys are the only ones. Which is good. We have the most, too. But I don't think that's going to happen because if he could get hurt, the Niners, I think, still have a chance of winning the Super Bowl. Look, this is coming from a football fan. They still do. But it's going to probably be much harder because you don't have your big running back. That's the number one of the best players in the league. He could have easily been an MVP last year. I think he should have gotten it more than Jackson or Dak. So I don't think that's going to... I think it could definitely happen, but I just don't think that Madden curse is a thing because it's just what curse? What curse? I don't think it's going to happen. I think they've been cursed with way too many Super Bowls. I love it. So if that's the case, that's because of the Madden curse. Hey, I support you, Madden curse. But if it's about injuring people, that's not good. Will Diggs impact the Texans in a good way? I don't know if that's going to happen. I think he will. I think he was tired of Buffalo. I think he wanted to get out of there. He wasn't getting the ball, and the tantrums were crazy, but I think he'll suit more on the Texans. I think it's going to be a better team than I think Buffalo will. It's going to be, I think C.J. Stroud will find more people than Allen would in a situation where it comes to, throwing to everyone the ball. Now, I'm not saying Allen didn't, but I don't think he passed to Diggs as much because of what Diggs was going through in Buffalo. But I think now it's a new environment, new chance, kind of like a fresh new start for Diggs. It's going to be more well-packed. Like, imagine if it was from Houston to Buffalo. I think it'd be the same thing. I think Allen would, I think it'd be more relation. He also would maybe play better. I think, yes. I think I'll have a bit of more of an impact on the Texans in a good way. But I don't see him. I think it's going to be more like Collins and Dell. Is the AFC North going to be the best division again? Okay, so I've had the Steelers, Browns. They had Steelers, Browns, Bengals, and Ravens all having more than 10 wins. I don't think there's another division like that right now in the NFL. I don't. AFC West isn't going to do it. AFC East, okay, you have a chance there besides the Patriots. They're not going to do anything. So they're not going to be it. The AFC, South? Maybe. They may be a good division next year besides the Titans. Colts are going to be okay, probably like above average team, and then Texans is going to be probably an elite, and Jaguars are going to be pretty good as well. They'll probably be a 10-win team like I had them. So, they're going to be pretty above average too. I think that's going to be the case. I don't see anyone in the NFC doing anything. Maybe the NFC North, because if you have the Bears having a great young team next year, and you have the Lions and Packers trying to fight for a division spot, and the Vikings maybe get a little bit better. I tell you, if this was in going into 2022 and the Vikings were really good, and you had Lions, Packers, and Bears doing all this, man, I would say that the NFC North could be really good. But that's the second, probably the best division. So, yes, I think the AFC North is probably the best division. If it wasn't for the Vikings being as bad as it seems, I'd say they were the best, but the AFC North is probably the better ones. Now, Vikings not by much, but they can get better. Steelers, probably the worst one out of them. Can the Cowboys get past a long drought? Look, I really hope so. It just depends how you want to play in the playoffs. We're really close. That's all we need. If we were a team that was like, hey, you know what? We're gonna come in there. We're gonna fight. We're gonna get this win. We're not gonna choke. We would win Super Bowls, and that's why everyone says that. That's why everyone's mad, and they always point fingers on one person. Like, you just can't do that. I'm not pointing fingers at the owner. The Jones family. I'm not pointing fingers at Dak. I'm not pointing fingers at Mike McCarthy. I'm not pointing fingers on the defense. It's a team game. You all got to show up to play, and sometimes we just don't show up to play. You got to be able to do it, and it's kind of hard to say yes on this because I don't know if we will. I know Dak wants to. He doesn't always play well, but he has played well in games, so, he's got the chance to do it, and honestly, we've seen him play in situations where, like, okay, now if everyone's getting the ball, if everyone comes out loose, hot feet, defense gets rolling, he starts getting the ball thrown, and we're not dropping passes, we're doing, now that we don't shut down, he tends to shut down when that situation's happen. That's what I'm saying, it's a team effort. One guy can do it. Now, obviously, if you're the QB, you got to keep your head up. But he was trying to keep his head up, then the defense couldn't do anything. Now, I'm talking about the wild card game. Well, we can talk about the San Francisco game a couple years ago. We'll blame a lot of that on Dak. A couple years ago against the Niners, that was the whole entire team in 4-2. You got to play the whole thing. When they're trying to get back up, you got to the whole team's got to be in situation modes, and in this whole situation, wanting to do the same exact thing. And just like last year, you tried one thing on the offense, and the defense wouldn't do anything. You tried the offense. And the defense, the defense was keep letting points. Offense kept trying to come back, not like they were playing their best ball either. And everyone on the team wasn't doing anything. CD was dropping passes out there, and, it was just stupid. So you got to play like you want to, and having one of the victory parties after, like Turpin was saying, dude, stop being like high school players and get out there and play like you want. Look, this is the reason I'm saying more is because I'm coming from a Cowboys fan. It's coming from the heart because it gets really annoying. We've been in situations 2014 against the Packers. Had a great situation. Now, honestly, I've said this before, and I don't think anyone wants to listen to me. I could be wrong, but I think it's the teams we play. Niners and Packers, we don't do well against the regular season. We beat them once in the regular season. That was it, when they were good. Niners, ever since they've been good, we've lost. Ever since. When they were bad, we were winning. But now it comes to the point where they're both good, and we're in the playoffs, and then we can't do anything. But you gotta come out ready to play on the offensive situation, and then the defense has got to back up. You came out there, the defense got a first penalty within 3 plays, and then they let them down the field, and then the offense tried to do something, and then CD dropped the ball, okay, and then they went back, stopped them, I think, on the goal line, then threw the pick, which I think could have been PI, but okay, that defense couldn't score, okay, try getting back in the game, and nothing happened, and nothing happened, and the defense led them, and then they couldn't do anything, and then the situation was just bad, and everyone just freaked out. Because you had the mentality of everyone just freaking out. Everyone's going to be on the same page. I'm not saying that Dak was playing well. I think he did better towards the end. Of course, you could say they put in their backups, but he was trying to, in the second half, he was trying to get back in the game, just couldn't. But it's the whole team at this point. So you can't really say, because we've had good games before. So that's why I'm saying, stop trying to replace someone. Unless they're the ones that never play well. You can work on it. If you want to skip through this, that's fine. I just got a couple more minutes real quick before we move on to the next question. Realization is, for this year, if you don't play the Niners, you don't play the Packers, and you want to play well. We've played our worst games when we play the Niners and the Packers. And then you've tried to come back from them, and you've lost. Everyone's got to be on the same page. That seems to be this team. When everyone's on the same page, that's a football game. That's a team effort. So stop trying to blame it on one person. You're always saying it's the quarterback's fault. We gotta get rid of him. Oh, it's the coach's fault. We gotta fire him. No. Well, the coach is supposed to be a good leader, and so is the quarterback. But I can understand getting the blame on the quarterback because it's not. But he tried. He was ready. Came in the second half, tried to get the team back on. Defense wasn't it. That's why I'm saying you can't blame it on the whole team. Second half, you had a chance of coming back. You were down, like about 20 points, right? 27-7. You got to all be on the same page, and that's how the Cowboys can get past a long drought. Probably not play the Packers or the Niners, and please be on the same page and don't come out bad, okay? Look, if Dak's had, I believe he's had the good games, and the whole team has had those really good games in the playoffs, in the postseason. They've done really well, but you need to show it. You need to get more consistent, You got to play the whole entire game and stop trying to blame one person, not playing like high school students, and get after it. Okay? If you can do that, you play like one guy. If you play like one team, play leadership, you'll be fine. I don't know why this team has always done this, but and that's why I understand that people blame Jerry, but I don't think it was his fault we lost in the playoffs. It's just the organization itself. Some of the stuff just we do is but yeah, that's really it. And I'm gonna be here and say there are some players that won't play like they're supposed to. Well, everyone's got to play like they're supposed to, and maybe some of those players will wake up. The players that we need, they can wake up by themselves, but like I said, it's a team issue. That's all you gotta do. Team issue. Yeah, that's the reason why we're losing, and that's all you gotta do. Just like the Niners game, you didn't come out ready to play. I'll say the 2022 was mostly on deck. I'll say that. 2021 was a big game there that you just didn't come out ready to play to come back, and the play call was terrible. 2018 that was a tough game. 2016 defense didn't do well, and the offense had to come back. You gotta do it as a team, and maybe those players wake up. Sorry about the long summary. If you wanted to skip it, that's totally fine. All right, how much of a team will the Bills have this year? I don't know. It's kind of tough to decide. I had them, I think, at a 10 or 11 win team this year, winning the division. I don't trust Miami or the Jets, or definitely not the Patriots. They ain't gonna do anything this year. They'll probably have like last year. They'll be like, "Oh man, we're gonna lose this division." No, they're gonna come back because they'll somehow find a way to win those games, especially with Josh Allen. They'll find a way to win the remaining games and somehow go to the playoffs, which I don't. And then they'll probably verse Kansas City and lose. We've been in those situations. Dallas has done that situation before. Okay, will Jim Harbaugh become the next Urban Meyer for the Chargers? No, he won't. He's been more experienced in the NFL. He's not just a college. He's been a coach for the 49ers in the NFL, played in the NFL. I don't know if Urban Meyer did or not. He won't. Especially if he can turn that Chargers team around that's already been experienced enough. I definitely think he won't be that Charger. And he will be better than Urban Meyer ever will for Jacksonville. Who will start for the Raiders at QB? I think it should be Minshew. I think it should. You saw what he did for the Colts last year. Came in at backup QB and did it. I don't think Aiden McConnell... He's not bad. I mean, he did beat Mahomes last year. But, I mean... I think I trust Minshew more, honestly. Could have almost led the team to a playoff game and after a while and kept the team alive after Richardson getting hurt. I think it's Minshew. Who's the sneakiest threat this season? You have Bears, you have Cardinals, you have Jets. Well, actually, Jets probably favored too. That's what I think of the Bears. But Cardinals, Bears, Commanders, they've got a team that can go far with, they got a team that can go maybe the playoffs this year with, Jaden Daniels at QB, and then you got Scary Terry, who's a pretty good underrated receiver there. Cardinals, they're pretty good. Kyler Murray, Martin Harrison Jr., James Conner. They're actually a pretty good trio there. The defense can get better. Colts can maybe be sneaky. Who knows with Richardson and Pittman. And I made a short about that. I'll probably... You can go find that in the videos here on TreyDOG60. I made a short about the sneakiest playoff teams. Those are probably about it for that for this team. Cardinals, Bears, Colts. Those are, with sneaky rosters, and the Colts can be consistent on the defensive side. I think they can get to the playoffs. But there's also sneaky threat. If you want to talk about sneaky threats going far, I think it should be Chicago, if anything, or the Jets. We'll see about that. Will the Packers defense have a better season? Didn't you fire Joe Barry? I think so. Yeah, I think they will. By a little bit. The offense will definitely do better, but we'll see about the defense. I feel like the defense will be one of those situations where they'll have questions at the beginning of the season, and they'll probably get better. All right, and then this is the last one, I believe. Yeah. Will the Penix pick be in play this season? Will their pick be in play? Now, these are questions I thought of myself to ask. Will the Penix pick be in play this season? Well, if Kirk gets hurt again... Yeah. I could see him maybe. I could see this whole thing where Penix comes in late of the season, carries the team to the playoffs, and wins the playoff game. I could definitely see something like that. We've seen those in NFL seasons in the past years. Cousins gets hurt. But no, we've seen team players get hurt and then come back to play the whole full year. I don't think that's going to happen with Cousins. I could see Penix being played as a backup if they do really well. But I don't see really many times the Falcons have big leads They've also blown them. We know that. But have those big leads before. So, I mean, no, I don't think it will. Maybe next year. But that'll wrap up today's video, Dog Squad. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry I talked a lot about the Cowboys there. I just wanted to make a statement about how they need to play as a team and stop acting like high school students, please, and stop trying to point fingers. Look, I know there's a chance. I know you want to probably replace Dak. I don't think there's a reason because you got to get everyone going. Yeah, sure, you can maybe more leadership. Mike McCarthy can show more leadership too as a coach. Okay, but they've all got it. Not like one player is playing really good or all the players are playing really well and then one. If every playoff game was like that Niners game in 2022, I'd understand. But if everyone gets on top and doesn't play maybe the Packers and the Niners who they're scared of and not act like a bunch of, yeah, that's all you got to do there. That's all you got to do and you can win. That's why we're saying don't replace him. It's the whole team that needs to play like that. And maybe you'll have a shot. I'll be seeing. So that's what I'm saying. But thanks you so much for watching. Come back next time for more, and I'll see you next time. Peace.